Break free from negative thought loops, reduce stress, and master your mind. Have you ever found yourself trapped in your own thoughts, analyzing every detail, second-guessing every decision, replaying past mistakes, and stressing over things that haven't even happened yet? You're not alone. Overthinking is the silent killer of confidence, clarity, and peace of mind. It keeps you stuck in a loop of doubt, fear, and exhaust, robbing you of joy, progress, and the ability to take action. The truth is, your brain is not your enemy. It's simply running outdated survival software wired to detect threats and avoid risks. But in today's world, the biggest threats aren't lions in the wild. They're our own thoughts. Why you must read this book if you've ever laid awake at night replaying conversations, worrying about what others think, procrastinate on important tasks because you're afraid of making the wrong choice, struggled to let go of past mistakes, or obsess over worst-case scenarios, felt mentally exhausted from your own racing thoughts. Then this book is for you. This is not just another self-help book filled with generic advice like just stop worrying. Instead, you'll discover proven, science-backed techniques to break free from negative thought loops, quiet your mind, and regain control of your life. By the time you finish, you'll have the tools to retrain your brain, stop self-sabotage, and live with more clarity, confidence, and inner peace than ever before. Are you ready to escape the endless cycle of overthinking? Let's begin. Technique 1. The overthinking epidemic. The silent struggle no one talks about. Imagine this. You're driving home, and suddenly your brain starts replaying a conversation you had earlier. Did I say something wrong? What if they took it the wrong way? Minutes turn into hours. You analyze every word, trying to predict how the other person feels. Later that night, the same thoughts return louder this time. Sleep becomes impossible. Sounds familiar? Overthinking is an invisible epidemic. It affects millions of people, yet few talk about how deeply it impacts their lives. It leads to stress, anxiety, indecision, and even depression, draining your mental energy without you even realizing it. But where does it come from? And why is it so hard to stop? Why we overthink? The science behind the mental chaos. To understand why overthinking feels so natural, we have to look at the way the human brain evolved. Your brain is a problem-solving machine. Its job is to detect potential dangers and find solutions to ensure your survival. Thousands of years ago, this was essential. If you were walking through the jungle and heard rustling in the bushes, overanalyzing that sound could be the difference between life and death. But in the modern world, we no longer face the same life-threatening dangers. Instead of running from wild animals, we run from uncertainty. We try to predict the future, control every outcome, and avoid mistakes at all costs. This is where overthinking comes in. The brain hates uncertainty. When you don't know what will happen, your brain fills in the gaps with worst-case scenarios. Negative thoughts are sticky. Studies show that our minds naturally focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. This is called the negativity bias. The illusion of control. Overthinking tricks us into believing that if we analyze something enough, we can control the outcome. In reality, it only paralyzes us. The result: we spend more time thinking than doing, more time worrying than living. The hidden costs of overthinking. At first, overthinking seems harmless. It feels like we're just being careful or thoughtful. But in reality, it has real consequences on your mind, body, and life. 1. Overthinking drains your mental energy. Your brain is like a battery, it only has a limited amount of energy each day. When you waste that energy on over-analyzing things, that don't matter. You have less energy for what does matter. Think about it. How many times have you felt exhausted not from physical activity, but from your own thoughts? You overanalyze a conversation and feel mentally drained. You replay past mistakes and feel emotionally exhausted. You stress about the future and lose sleep. By the end of the day, your mind is fried, leaving you too tired to take action on the things that could actually improve your life. Point 2. Overthinking leads to indecision and inaction. Have you ever spent hours or even days trying to make a simple decision? Should I take this job offer? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I regret it later? This is called analysis paralysis. Instead of making a choice, we get stuck in an endless loop of what-ifs. The fear of making a mistake keeps us frozen, so we do nothing at all. But here's the painful truth. Not making a decision is a decision. And most of the time, it's the worst one. 3. Overthinking increases anxiety and stress. Research shows that chronic overthinking triggers the brain's stress response, releasing cortisol, the hormone responsible for anxiety. In small doses, stress can be helpful, but when your mind is constantly in overdrive, it keeps your body in a state of fight or flight, leading to difficulty sleeping, increased heart rate, digestive issues, constant fatigue. In other words, overthinking doesn't just affect your mind, affects your entire body. The overthinking loop? Why you can't stop? One of the most frustrating things about overthinking is that even when you realize you're doing it, it's incredibly hard to stop. That's because overthinking operates in a loop. Trigger, a thought event, or situation sparks worry. Analysis. Your brain starts obsessing over possible outcomes. Fear of uncertainty. You feel anxious about making the wrong choice. More. Analysis. You keep thinking in circles, searching for the perfect answer. No. Action. You either procrastinate or avoid the situation altogether. And then the cycle repeats. The longer you stay stuck in this loop, the harder it becomes to break free. Breaking free, the first step to stopping overthinking. Now that you understand why overthinking happens and how it traps you, the next step is learning how to break this cycle. The truth is, you don't need to clear your mind or force yourself to stop thinking. Instead, you need to retrain your brain to process thoughts in a healthier way. In the next technique, we'll dive into practical techniques to silence overthinking, reduce mental clutter, and regain control over your thoughts, starting today. Because the sooner you stop overthinking, the sooner you can start truly living. Technique 2. The art of breaking free from overthinking. It's the trap of endless thinking. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a diving board, ready to jump into the pool. You tell yourself, just jump. It'll be fun. You've done this before. But then your mind kicks in. What if I land wrong? What if the water is too cold? What if I look stupid? What if the longer you stand there, the harder it becomes to jump? Overthinking keeps you stuck, frozen in place, trapped in a cycle of doubt. And hesitation sound familiar? Now, think about all the times this pattern has played out in your life. You hesitate to send a message because you overanalyze how it will be received. You delay making a decision because you fear picking the wrong option. You replay past mistakes, convincing yourself you could have done better. Overthinking isn't just a habit, it's a form of mental self-sabotage. And if you don't take control of it, it will control you. The question is, how do you break free? Let's dive into the strategies that will help you stop overthinking once and for all. Step 1. Recognize thinking is not the same as solving. Most people believe that if they think about something long enough, they'll find the perfect solution. But here's the harsh truth. Thinking about a problem is not the same as solving it. Thinking equals going in circles, analyzing every possible outcome, creating hypothetical scenarios that may never happen. Solving equals identifying the real problem, making a decision, and taking action. Overthinkers get stuck in the illusion of productivity. They believe that by obsessing over details, they're making progress when in reality, they're just standing still. The 5-second rule to stop mental loops. Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, try this simple trick. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take action immediately. This method, popularized by Mel Robbins, works because it interrupts the overthinking loop and forces your brain into action mode before doubt creeps in. Thinking about texting someone. 5, 4, 3, 2. Send it. Debating whether to go to the gym. 5, 4, 3, 2. 1. Get up and go. Stuck on making a decision. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick the best option and move forward. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to override overthinking with action. Step 2. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Overthinkers often treat small decisions like life or death choices. Should I take this job? What if I embarrass myself? Did I say the wrong thing? But let's put things into perspective. Think about the last thing you overthought 5 years ago. Does it still matter? Did it ruin your life? Or did you just move on and forget about it? Most of the time. The things we obsess over are insignificant in the grand scheme of life. The 5-5-5 rule. Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, ask, will this matter in 5 days? Will this matter in 5 months? Will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, drop it. Move on. It's not worth your mental energy. Step 3. Limit your thinking time. If you give your mind unlimited time to overthink, it will take full advantage. That's why one of the simplest ways to break the cycle is to set a time limit on your thoughts. Try the 10-minute rule. Whenever you feel stuck in overthinking, give yourself 10 minutes to analyze the situation. Set a timer. Write down your thoughts at the end of 10 minutes. Make a decision and move on. This prevents endless rumination and forces your brain to find a resolution instead of spiraling into anxiety. Step 4. Replace overthinking with action. The best way to stop overthinking is to do anything that shifts your focus from your mind to the present moment. Here's why. When you take action, you disrupt the mental loop of overthinking. Action gives you real feedback instead of endless hypotheticals. The more you move forward, the less power overthinking has over you. The do something relief. You're stuck in analysis paralysis. Follow this rule. Do the smallest possible action that moves you forward. If you're overthinking an email, write 1 sentence. If you're stuck on a project, set a 5-minute timer and start. If you can't decide on something, flip a coin and go with it. The key is momentum. Once you take even the smallest step, your brain shifts from thinking mode to doing mode. Step 5. Challenge your thoughts with logic. Overthinking thrives on fear, doubt, and worst-case scenarios. But most of the things we worry about never actually happen. Next time your brain spirals into what if questions, Challenge your thoughts with these reality check questions. What is the worst that can realistically happen? Not your wildest fear, realistically. How likely is that worst case scenario? On a scale of 1 to 10, is it really a 10? If the worst happens, can I handle it? The truth is, you've survived every challenge so far. What's the best case scenario? What if it actually goes well? What's the most logical action I can take right now? Instead of thinking, what can I do? By questioning your thoughts, you take away their power and shift from fear-based thinking to logical thinking. Final thoughts. Overthinking is a habit and you can break. If overthinking is not something you're born with, it's a habit. And like any habit, it can be changed. The key is to train your brain to respond differently when overthinking starts creeping in. Quick recap: how to stop overthinking today. Recognize that thinking does not equal solving. Thinking in circles won't get you anywhere. Use the 5-second rule. Count down from 5 and take action immediately. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most worries don't. Limit thinking time. Set a 10-minute timer, then move forward. Replace overthinking with action. Even a small step breaks the cycle. Challenge your thoughts. Most worst-case fears never happen. The next time you catch yourself overthinking, don't let it control you. Apply these techniques, break free from the cycle, and start living with clarity and confidence, because life is too short to spend it trapped in your own head. Coming up. Next, Technique 3: Mastering Emotional Control. Now that you know how to stop overthinking, the next step is learning how to manage your emotions. Because, let's be real, overthinking is fueled by emotions like fear, doubt, and regret. In Technique 3, we'll uncover powerful techniques to stay calm, in control, and mentally strong no matter what life throws at you. Technique 3: Mastering Emotional Control. The key to breaking free from overthinking. Why? Emotions fuel overthinking. Think about the last time you spiraled into overthinking. Maybe you replayed an awkward conversation in your head, wondering if you said something stupid, but perhaps you overanalyzed a decision, terrified of making the wrong choice. Or maybe you lay awake at night, drowning in regrets about the past or worries about the future. Here's the truth. Overthinking isn't just a habit, it's an emotional reaction. We don't overthink because we love to analyze things. We overthink because we feel anxious, afraid, insecure, guilty, or uncertain. When emotions run high, the brain shifts into problem-solving mode, desperately trying to make sense of things. But instead of finding clarity, we get stuck in a mental maze of doubts, fears, and what-ifs. So, if you want to stop overthinking, you must first learn to control your emotions. And that's exactly what this technique will teach you. Step 1: understand that emotions are not reality. One of the biggest mistakes overthinkers make is treating emotions like facts. I feel like they don't like me, so it must be true. I feel like I'm going to fail, so I probably will. I feel anxious about this decision, so it must be the wrong choice. But here's the thing. Feelings are not facts. Just because you feel like someone is judging you doesn't mean they actually are. Just because you feel like a situation will go badly doesn't mean it will. Just because you feel like you're not good enough doesn't make it true. The thought-feeling reality test. Next time your emotions try to hijack your brain, ask yourself, what am I feeling? Fear, anxiety, doubt, insecurity? What thought is causing this feeling? I think I'm going to fail. Is this thought based on facts or just emotions? Would I bet my life on it being 100% true? What's a more balanced way to see this? Situation, I might fail, but I also might succeed. And even if I fail, I can learn and grow. By questioning your emotions instead of blindly trusting them, you regain control over your thoughts. Step 2. Stop labeling emotions as good or bad. Most people see emotions as either good emotions, happiness, excitement, confidence, bad emotions, fear, anxiety, sadness, frustration. But this mindset creates a dangerous trap. Whenever you feel a bad emotion, you try to fight it, fix it, or avoid it, which leads to overthinking. For example, if you feel anxious, you overanalyze every possible outcome. If you feel guilty, you replay the past, wishing you had acted differently. If you feel uncertain, you try to predict the future instead of taking action. The acceptance formula: feel it, don't fight it. Instead of treating emotions as problems, treat them as signals. Anxiety isn't the enemy, it's a sign you care about something. Fear isn't a threat to your brain trying to protect you. Doubt isn't a weakness, it's a chance to double-check your thinking. When you stop seeing emotions as enemies, you stop overreacting to them. And when you stop overreacting, you stop overthinking. Step 3. Interrupt the emotional spiral in 90 seconds. When you feel an intense emotion, your brain enters a chemical state of reaction. Neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor found that when an emotion is triggered, it lasts for only 90 seconds. After that, it's your thoughts that keep it alive. So, next time you feel overwhelmed by emotions, pause and ride out the 90-second wave. The 90-second reset trick. The moment you feel overwhelmed, gives. Stop everything. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Label the emotion without judgment. I feel anxious, and that's okay. Let it pass instead of fighting it. Imagine it flowing through you like a wave. After 90 seconds, shift your focus to action. What's the next small step you can take? By doing this, you prevent your brain from feeding the emotion with overthinking. Step 4. Use the name it detainment method. Ever noticed how when you talk about your problems out loud, they suddenly seem smaller? That's because putting emotions into words reduces their intensity. Psychologists call this effect labeling. When you label an emotion, it activates the rational part of your brain and deactivates the overactive emotional centers. How? To do it. Instead of saying, I'm freaking out, say, I'm feeling anxious about this decision. Instead of saying, I'm a mess, say, I'm feeling overwhelmed, but I can handle it. The moment you name an emotion, it loses its grip on you. Step 5. Build an emotional emergency kit. Let's be honest, sometimes emotions hit hard and logic alone isn't enough. That's why you need an emotional emergency kit. A set of quick tools that can help you calm down instantly. Create your own emotional toolkit with these strategies. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Name 5 things you see. Name 4 things you can touch. Name 3 things you hear. Name 2 things you smell. Name 1 thing you taste. This shifts your focus away from emotions and back into the present moment. The power of physical movement. Go for a walk, stretch, or do 10 jumping jacks. Physical movement releases emotional tension. The 10-minute worry dump. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Write down everything you're overthinking. When the timer stops, stop thinking about it. the 60-second ice trick. Hold an ice cube in your hand for 60 seconds. The cold sensation forces your brain to focus on the present instead of spiraling thoughts. The more you use these tools, the faster you'll regain control over your emotions and your mind. Final thoughts: master your emotions. Master your mind. Emotions aren't the enemy, they're messengers. The key to overcoming overthinking isn't to get rid of emotions, but to understand, accept, and control them. Quick recap: how to control your emotions and stop overthinking emotions are not reality. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. Don't label emotions as bad. Feelings aren't problems, they're signals. Use the 90-second rule. Let emotions pass instead of fueling them. Name it to tame it. Labeling emotions reduces their intensity. Have an emergency toolkit. Use grounding techniques, movement, and journaling. Once you master emotional control, overthinking loses its power. Coming up next: technique for breaking free from perfectionism. A huge reason people overthink: perfectionism. The fear of making mistakes, failing, or not being good enough keeps you stuck in analysis paralysis. In the next technique, we'll dismantle perfectionism and teach you how to take action fearlessly. Technique 4: breaking free from perfectionism, the silent killer of progress. Why? Perfectionism fuels overthinking. Have you ever felt stuck in analysis paralysis? You rewrite emails multiple times before sending them. You spend hours planning, but never actually take action. You second-guess every decision, fearing you'll make a mistake. This isn't just overthinking. This is perfectionism in disguise. Perfectionism isn't about being your best. It's about being so afraid of failure that you never start, never finish, or never feel good enough, no matter what you do. It creates a mental loop. You set impossibly high standards. You overanalyze every detail. You fear making a mistake. You procrastinate or avoid action altogether. You feel stuck, frustrated, and unfulfilled. The result? You waste time thinking instead of doing. But here's the truth: perfection is an illusion. And in this technique, we're going to break its grip on your mind once and for all. Step 1: accept that perfection is an excuse for fear. Perfectionism isn't about high standards. It's about fear of failure, rejection, or looking foolish. Ask yourself, do I overthink because I genuinely want something to be better? Or do I overthink because I'm scared of being judged, failing, or disappointing others? Most of the time, it's the second one. Perfectionism says, I'll wait until I'm fully ready. Reality says, you'll never feel fully ready. Progress comes from doing. Perfectionism says, if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. Reality says, imperfect action beats perfect hesitation. Perfectionism says, if I make a mistake, I'll look stupid. Reality says, mistakes are proof that you're growing. Once you realize perfectionism is just fear in disguise, you can start to let it go. Step 2: set good enough goals instead of impossible standards. Perfectionists set unrealistic expectations, then feel like failures when they don't meet them. The solution? Stop aiming for perfection. Aim for good enough. Instead of, I have to write the perfect article, say, I just need to write a decent first draft. Instead of, I have to make the perfect decision, say, I just need to make the best choice with the info I have. Instead of, I have to be 100% confident before I take action. Say, I'll take action and build confidence along the way. Progress happens when you lower the bar and take action imperfectly. Step 3. Use the 80% rule. Perfectionists hate this. One of the best ways to overcome perfectionism. Follow the 80% rule. The idea is simple. Instead of aiming for 100% perfect, aim for 80% good enough. Once you reach 80%, stop tweaking and take action. Why does this work? It forces you to take action instead of overthinking it. It prevents endless tweaking and procrastination. It gets things done faster because perfectionism slows you down. Try this. Next time you're stuck overthinking, ask yourself, is this at least 80% good enough? If so, I'm done. This simple mindset shift saves time, reduces stress, and helps you take action faster. Step 4. Reframe mistakes as learning, not failure. One reason perfectionists overthink is because they fear making a mistake. But successful people don't fear mistakes, they learn from them. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan missed 9,000 shots and lost 300 games. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job. Did they quit? No. They used failures as fuel. How to stop overanalyzing mistakes. Instead of, I failed, that means I'm not good enough. Say, I learned something. Now I can improve. Instead of, I should have done this differently. Say, next time I'll do this better. Instead of, what if I make the wrong choice? Say, any choice will teach me something valuable. Mistakes don't define you, how you respond to them does. Step 5. Beat perfectionism with the 1% better rule. Perfectionists want instant mastery, but real growth happens 1% at a time, instead of aiming for huge, overwhelming improvements. Focus on getting just 1% better every day. Write one imperfect page instead of waiting for the perfect idea. Make one small decision instead of obsessing over every detail. Take one tiny step forward instead of trying to have the perfect plan. Small, imperfect actions compound over time, and that's how real progress happens. Final thoughts: progress greater than perfection. Perfectionism keeps you trapped in overthinking, fear, and inaction. The secret to breaking free: take imperfect action. Quick recap: how to overcome perfectionism and overthinking. Perfection is fear in disguise. Stop using it as an excuse to avoid action. Aim for good enough. Lower the bar and take action. Follow the 80% rule. If something is 80% good, move forward. See mistakes as learning, not failure. Growth comes from trying. Focus on getting 1% better every day. Small progress leads to big results. Once you let go of perfectionism, you'll think less, do more, and finally feel free. Coming up next, Technique 5: how to stop worrying about what others think. A huge reason we overthink: fear of judgment. The need for approval keeps us stuck in doubt, hesitation, and mental loops. In the next technique, we'll break free from this fear and unlock true confidence. Technique 5: how to stop worrying about what others think. The silent prison of seeking approval. How much of your life has been shaped by the fear of what others might think? You hesitate to share your ideas in meetings because you're afraid of sounding dumb. You say yes to things you don't want to do because you fear disappointing others. You avoid taking risks because you're worried about judgment or failure. The truth is, overthinking often comes from one root fear: the fear of being judged, rejected, or criticized. We crave approval and acceptance, so we constantly overanalyze our words, actions, and choices to avoid negative opinions. But here's the harsh reality. Most people aren't thinking about you as much as you think. No matter what you do, someone will always judge you. Your life is too short to waste it living for other people's approval. This technique will show you how to break free from the fear of judgments so you can think less, do more, and finally live on your own. Terms. Step 1. Realize that most people don't actually care. Imagine this. You walk into a room, trip on your own foot, and fall. Embarrassing, right? You spend the rest of the day overthinking it, replaying it in your mind, and feeling ashamed. But what about everyone who saw it? Did someone even notice? If they did they even care? And if they cared for a moment, did they remember an hour later? Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to dwell on your mistakes. Harsh truth: the world doesn't revolve around you. People are caught up in their own thoughts, problems, and insecurities. They don't have time to overanalyze your actions because they're too busy overanalyzing their own. How to stop overanalyzing what people think of you instead of, what if they think I'm stupid? Say, they probably didn't even notice. Instead of, what if I embarrass myself? Say, everyone forgets awkward moments in a few hours. Instead of, what if they judge me? Say, their opinion won't affect my life in the long run. The moment you realize people don't care as much as you think, you'll stop overthinking and start living. Step 2. Accept that no matter what you do, someone will judge you. If you're quiet, people say you're boring. If you're talkative, people say you talk too much. If you work hard, people say you're too serious. If you relax, people say you're lazy. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. You can't please everyone, so why try? What highly confident people understand: they don't try to be liked by everyone. They focus on being authentic, not perfect. They accept that criticism is inevitable. They don't let it stop them. They know other people's opinions are not facts. Just because someone has an opinion doesn't mean it's true. Powerful mindset shift. I'd rather be disliked for being myself than liked for being someone I'm not. Step 3. Build anti-fragile confidence. Stop letting opinions control you right now. You might have fragile confidence, meaning other people's opinions easily shake you. One negative comment, you doubt yourself. One rejection, you feel unworthy. One mistake, you overthink for days. But confident people, they have anti-fragile confidence. They don't just survive criticism, they use it to get stronger. How to build anti-fragile confidence. Reframe criticism as proof you're doing something bold. If no one is criticizing me, I'm probably playing too small. Stop arguing with people who doubt you. Not everyone will understand my journey, and that's okay. Use a "so what" mindset. They think I'm weird. So what? They don't like my work. So what? Life goes on. When you stop letting opinions control you, you gain unstoppable freedom. Step 4. Stop over-apologizing and people-pleasing. Do you ever find yourself apologizing even when you didn't do anything wrong? Saying yes to things you don't want to do just to avoid conflict. adjusting your behavior just to make others happy. This is people-pleasing and it fuels overthinking. Because when you live for approval, you constantly overanalyze. Did I offend them? Should I have said that differently? What if they don't like me anymore? You don't need to apologize for being yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for living your life. Saying no doesn't make you. Selfish shit makes you self-respecting. Challenge: stop apologizing when you haven't done anything wrong. Say no without explaining yourself. Do things because you want to, not because others expect it. The less you seek approval, the less you'll overthink. Step 5. Make decisions without overthinking what others will say. One of the biggest signs of overthinking. You hesitate to make decisions because you're scared of what others will think. What if they disapprove? What if they judge me? What if I make the wrong choice? Here's the problem. Every minute spent overthinking is a minute wasted. Your future isn't shaped by people's opinions, it's shaped by your actions. Instead of, what if they don't agree? Say, this is my life and I get to choose. Instead of, what if they think I'm making a mistake? Say, it's my journey. Their opinion doesn't matter. Instead of, what will people think? Say, people's opinions won't pay my bills, so why should I care? Final truth. The most powerful thing you can do. Make decisions based on why your values, not external approval. Final thoughts. Live for yourself, not for others. The moment you stop caring what others think, you become free. Quick recap: how to stop overthinking about others' opinions. Realize most people don't care as much as you think. Accept that no matter what you do, someone will judge you. Build anti-fragile confidence. Let criticism make you stronger. Stop over-apologizing and people-pleasing. Make decisions for yourself, not for external approval. The less you care, the more free you become. Coming up next, Technique 6, how to stop overthinking and take action now. Now that you're free from the fear of judgment, it's time to break the cycle of hesitation and start taking massive action in the next technique. You'll learn how to break analysis paralysis. Why action builds confidence faster than thinking. A simple 5-second trick to stop overthinking. Instant legit, ready because the real transformation starts now. Technique 6. How to stop overthinking and take action now. The trap of overthinking. Why you're stuck in a loop. Have you ever spent hours, days, or even weeks thinking about something but never actually doing it? You want to start a new project, but you keep researching instead of taking the first step. You want to change careers, but you keep making pros and cons lists instead of applying for jobs. You want to get in shape, but you keep looking for the perfect workout plan instead of just exercising. The problem. You think you need more information. You think you need to feel ready. You think you need a perfect plan before you start. But here's the truth. Overthinking kills action. Waiting for the right time is an illusion. Thinking does not create confidence, taking action does. If you want to break free from overthinking, you need to stop analyzing and start moving. This technique will show you exactly how to stop hesitating. Stop doubting and start taking action right now. Step 1. Understand that action creates clarity, not thinking. Most people believe I need to think more before I act. But highly successful people believe I need to act to gain clarity. Imagine this. You want to learn how to swim? You spend weeks reading books on swimming, watching YouTube tutorials, and analyzing techniques. But when you finally step into the water, you still don't know how to swim. Why? Because thinking doesn't teach you how to swim. When? We can't barely contain myself. I just can't wait to swim it. I just can't wait to soak it. All N. And we suit, and we can't wait at day on a derived.8. While we see what I call why. I want to call it. What can we call? We call with sick. Kai one we get by can we cat cock k I we kai kai we can we kick kai 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 cock kai 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 to kai we kai to kai 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 like to do. Does thinking doesn't create confidence, action does. Instead of waiting for clarity before acting, act to create clarity. New rule. I don't need to feel ready. I just need to take the first step. Step 2. Use the 5-second rule to stop hesitating. Your brain is designed to protect you from discomfort. That's why every time you think about taking action, your brain immediately starts coming up with excuses. I'll start tomorrow. Need to do more research. What if I fail? This is called the hesitation trapand. The longer you hesitate, the less likely you are to act. The solution. The 5-second rule. Developed by Mel Robbins. The 5-second rule is simple. Whenever you feel hesitation, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take action immediately. Thinking about getting out of bed early? 5, 4, 3, 2. Stand up thinking about making a difficult call? 5, 4, 3, 2. Dial the number. Thinking about going to the gym? 5, 4, 3. Start moving. Why does this work? Because it stops your brain from overanalyzing and forces you into action. Challenge. Try this rule today. Anytime you catch yourself hesitating, count down and move. Step 3. Stop seeking the perfect plan. Just start. Overthinkers always ask, what's the best way to start? But successful people know there is no perfect way. Just start. If you want to write a book, start writing 1 page today. If you want to start a business, launch something small, right? Now, if you want to get fit, do a 10-minute workout today. The biggest mistake you can make: waiting for perfection. New mindset. Imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. The best way to start is to start messy. Momentum comes from movement, not from thinking. Challenge. Identify one thing you've been overthinking. Take an imperfect first step today. Step 4. Lower the bar for taking action. Overthinkers set huge, intimidating goals and then feel overwhelmed. For example, I have to work out for an hour every day. Too big so you don't start. I need to write 5,000 words today. Too much so you procrastinate. I need to make the perfect decision. Too stressful so you avoid it. Instead, lower the bar so taking action feels easy. Do just 5 push-ups today. Write just 100 words. Make a good enough decision instead of a perfect one. Small wins lead to big momentum. New mindset. I don't need to do it perfectly, I just need to do something. Challenge. Set a tiny, easy goal today. Make it so small you can't fail. Step 5. Embrace. Discomfort is where growth happens. Overthinkers avoid discomfort because they want to feel safe. But growth only happens outside your comfort zone. Imagine 2 versions of yourself. Version 1 spends years overthinking, avoiding risks, and staying safe. Version 2 takes action, embraces discomfort, and grows into a confident person. Success formula: feeling uncomfortable equals progress. Feeling uncertain equals normal. Feeling scared equals proof you're doing something bold. Reminder: if you're waiting to feel comfortable before you take action, you'll be waiting forever. Challenge: do one thing that makes you uncomfortable today. Final thoughts: action cures overthinking. If you only take one thing from this technique, let it be this: thinking won't change your life. Action will. Quick recap: how to stop overthinking and take action now. Action creates clarity, not thinking. Use the 5-second rule to stop hesitation. Forget action, just start. Lower the bar so action feels easy. Embrace where you grow. New rule: I take action before I feel ready. The more you act, the less you overthink. The less you overthink, the more you accomplish. Coming up next, Technique 7: how to train your mind to think less and live more. Now that you're taking action, it's time to train your mind to stop overthinking at its root. In the next technique, you'll learn the science behind why your brain overthinks, how to rewire your mind for less anxiety, simple mental tricks to break overthinking habits. Get ready, because this is where your transformation becomes permanent. Technique 7: how to train your mind to think less and live more. The overthinking mind: why your brain won't stop running in circles. You wake up in the middle of the night, and your mind is racing. You replay past conversations, overanalyze future scenarios, and worry about things completely out of your control. It's exhausting, right? Why does your brain do this? Why can't you just switch it off and relax? And most importantly, how can you finally stop this endless cycle of overthinking? Here's the truth: your brain isn't broken. It's just overtrained in the wrong habits. This technique will teach you how to rewire your brain so you can think less, stress less, can actually enjoy life more. Step 1: understand why your brain loves to overthink. Your brain is designed for one thing above all else: survival. It constantly scans for threats. It replays past mistakes. 2: avoid future pain. It overanalyzes decisions to prevent bad outcomes. This was useful for ancient humans trying to avoid predators. But today, it's overkill. In modern life, your brain treats every minor problem. It's like a life-ward threat. You hesitate to send a text because your brain fears rejection. You replay a mistake at work because your brain thinks it's a crisis. You overanalyze a small decision because your brain wants certainty. The first step to thinking less: recognize that overthinking is just your brain trying to protect you. It's not a sign of intelligence. It's a bad mental habit. Step 2: break the loop with the name it to tame it. Technique: overthinking is a loop. Trigger: gives. You face an uncertain situation, thoughts spiral, gives. If your brain starts creating worst-case scenarios, anxiety loop gives. You feel anxious and keep replaying thoughts. The solution: interrupt the loop. How? By naming what's happening in your mind. The name it to tame it trick. 1. Catch yourself overthinking. Example: I'm stuck in my head again. To say it out loud or in your mind. Example: this is just my brain looking for certainty. 3. Remind yourself it's not reality. Example: these thoughts aren't facts, they're just noise. Why this works: it shifts you from reacting emotionally to observing rationally. It breaks the automatic cycle of overthinking. It reminds you that thoughts are just thoughts, not reality. Challenge: next time you catch yourself overthinking, Pause and say, "This is just overthinking. I don't need to believe it." Step 3. Use the "10th of October 10 rule to stop future worries. Most overthinking comes from fear of the future. What if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice? What if something bad happens? Here's how to shut it down. Use the 101010 rule. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. Will this matter in 10 days? Will this matter in 10 months? Will this matter in 10 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. Instant realization. You're wasting mental energy on things that won't even matter. Challenge. The next time you obsess over a decision, use the "next of October 10 rule to zoom out and get perspective. Step 4. Create overthinking-free zones. In your day, your brain is like a browser with 100 tabs open, constantly running, never resting to think less. You must create overthinking-free zones in your daily routine. Here's how. Morning rule. No screens or social media in the first 30 minutes. Exercise rule. When working out, focus only on movement. No overanalyzing. Night rule. Set a 30-minute wind-down time with 0 distractions before bed. Why this works? Your brain gets used to moments of peace without overstimulation. You train yourself to disconnect from constant thinking. You build mental discipline to control when and where you allow thoughts. Challenge. Choose one part of your day to make an overthinking-free zone. Start today. Step 5. Train your brain to be present. The 3-second rule. Overthinking pulls you into the past regret or the future worry. The solution. Training your mind to stay in the present. Use the 3-second rule. 1. Pause and take a deep breath. 2. Look around and name 3 things you see. A tree, a chair, my hand. 3. Feel your body for 3 seconds. My feet on the floor, my hands on my lap, the air on my skin. Instant effect. Your brain snaps out of overthinking and back to reality. Overthinking only exists when you're lost in thoughts, not when you're present. Challenge. Use the 3-second rule every time you catch yourself lost in thought. Step 6. Set a worry window. To control overthinking, instead of trying to eliminate worries, schedule them. Set a 10-minute worry window each day. Write down everything you're overthinking. Set a timer for 10 minutes to overanalyze all you want. When time's up, stop and move on. Why this works? Your brain realizes worrying is not a 24/7 job. You contain overthinking instead of letting it control your day. You gain control over your thoughts instead of them controlling you. Challenge. Set a daily worry window and stick to it. Final thoughts. Train your brain. Change your life. Overthinking is a habit, not your identity. If you train your brain to think less, you'll feel less stress and more peace. Make faster, better decisions. Stop wasting energy on thoughts that don't serve you. Finally, enjoy life as it happens in the present. Quick! K. How to train your mind to think less and live more. Overthinking. It's just a bad mental habit. You can rewire your brain. Use Name It to tame it to break the overthinking loop. Apply the X of October 10 rule to stop future worries. Create overthinking-free zones in your day. Use the 3-second rule to stay present. Set a daily worry window to contain your thoughts. New rule: I control my thoughts. They don't control me. Coming up next, Technique 8, the mindset shift that will end overthinking for good. Now that you know how to control your mind, It's time to make a permanent mental shift so overthinking never holds you back again. In the next technique, you'll learn the one belief that will end overthinking forever. How to detach from thoughts so they lose power over you. The surprising secret of people who never overthink. Get ready for a breakthrough. Technique 8. The mindset shift that will end overthinking for good. Overthinking is not just a bad habit, it's a mental prison that keeps you stuck. You analyze, reanalyze, second guess, and stress over every decision, every outcome, and every possibility. You want certainty. You want control. You want to be 100% sure you're making the right choice. But here's the problem. Life doesn't work that way. There's one mindset shift that can permanently free you from overthinking. One belief that, when fully embraced, will change everything. The key to ending overthinking is this: I don't need certainty to take action. Why overthinkers stay stuck? The certainty trap. Your brain craves certainty. It wants to know exactly what will happen before you act. It wants a 100% guarantee that things will go well. It wants proof that you won't regret your decision. But in reality, life offers no guarantees. You will never know with 100% certainty if your decision is perfect, if people will approve, if things will go exactly as planned. Successful people don't wait for certainty. They act despite uncertainty. The breakthrough. Overthinking is just your brain's way of avoiding risk. If I keep thinking, I won't fail. If I analyze it more, I won't make a mistake. If I wait for the right moment, nothing will go wrong. But inaction is the real failure. The person who never makes a decision will never make progress. Your new rule: I don't need certainty to move forward. The mindset shift. How to stop overthinking in 3 steps. You don't need more thinking. You need more action. Here, how to rewire your brain to think less and do more. Step 1, stop asking what if and start asking what's next. Overthinkers get stuck in endless what if loops. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if it doesn't work? Shift your mindset. Instead of what if, ask what's next. Example: what if I say something dumb in the meeting? What's next? I'll prepare 3 key points to focus on. What if I start this project and it flops? What's next? I'll take the first step and adjust as I go. Lesson: overthinkers fear the future. Action takers create it. Step 2. Set a decision deadline, the 60-second rule. One reason you overthink? You don't set limits on how long you can think. Solution: use the 60-second rule. Give yourself 60 seconds to decide, then commit. Example: choosing between 2 options. Set a timer, pick one, and move forward. Hesitating on an email? Write it in 60 seconds and hit send. Stuck on a small decision? Decide and take action now. Why this works: your brain learns to make decisions faster. You build trust in yourself. You stop wasting mental energy on trivial choices. New rule: I trust my decisions. I take action quickly. Step 3. Embrace imperfect action, the 80% rule. Perfectionism fuels overthinking. Overthinkers wait until everything is perfect before acting. High achievers take action even when things are only 80% ready. Why? Because nothing is ever perfect. The 80% rule. If something is 80% ready, take action. If you have 80% of the info, make the decision. If you feel 80% confident, go for it. Imperfect action greater than perfect hesitation. Example, I can't launch my business yet, not perfect. I'll launch now and improve as I go. I can't start writing because I don't have the perfect idea. I'll write a draft and refine later. Lesson: progress comes from action, not endless thinking. New rule: I take action before I feel 100% ready. Final thoughts: overthinking is a choice, so is action. You don't need more certainty. You don't need more time to think. You need more action. Quick recap: the 3 mindset shifts that end. Overthinking: stop asking what if. Start asking what's next. Set a 60-second decision deadline. Use the 80% rule act before you feel ready. New rule: I don't wait for the perfect moment. I make the moment perfect. Coming up next, Technique 9, how to master emotional control and stop overthinking feelings. Know that you've learned how to take action. How do you stop overanalyzing your emotions? In the next technique, you'll learn how to stop ruminating on past mistakes, how to break free from negative thought loops, how to separate your feelings from reality. Get ready for a powerful mental shift. Technique 9, how to master emotional control and stop overthinking feelings. Emotions can be deceptive. One moment, you feel confident and unstoppable. The next, you're drowning in self-doubt and fear. For overthinkers, emotions become mental quicksand. You replay past mistakes. You dwell on what people think of you. You magnify small problems until they feel overwhelming. But here's the truth: your feelings are not facts. Your emotions are real, but that doesn't mean they're always right. Mastering your emotions is the key to stopping overthinking. In this technique, you'll learn how to stop dwelling on negative emotions, break free from emotional overanalysis, develop an unshakable mindset. Why overthinkers struggle with emotional control? Overthinkers have one major flaw: they believe every thought and feeling must mean something. Why do I feel anxious? Does this mean something is wrong? Why did I suddenly feel insecure? Am I making a mistake? Why do I feel off today? Is something bad about to happen? This is emotional overanalysis. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, even when none exist. The result? You get stuck in endless loops of self-doubt. You let temporary emotions dictate long-term decisions. Oh, you struggle to move forward because you don't feel ready. The truth: feelings change. Actions create results. The 3-step formula to control your emotions and stop overthinking feelings. You don't need to eliminate emotions. You need to control how you respond to them. Here's the formula. Step 1. Name it to tame it. Detach from your emotions. The first mistake overthinkers make: they identify too much with their emotions. Instead of saying, I'm anxious, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, say this instead: I'm experiencing anxiety, but I am not my anxiety. I made a mistake, but that doesn't make me a failure. I'm feeling self-doubt, but that's just a temporary emotion. Why this works: when you separate yourself from the emotion, it loses power over you. Remember, feelings are visitors, not permanent residents. Try this exercise. 1. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and say, I am experiencing emotion, but I am not emotion. To take a deep breath and remind yourself, this feeling is temporary. New rule: I am not my emotions. I observe them, but they do not define me. Step 2. Flip the script, reframe negative thoughts in 10 seconds. Kay Sinsley's Let Emotions Spiral Out of Control. The key to emotional control? Reframing. Instead of letting emotions control your thoughts, flip the script. Examples. I feel anxious, so I should avoid this situation. I feel anxious, which means I'm stepping outside my comfort zone and growing. I feel rejected, so I must not be good enough. Rejection is just redirection. This wasn't meant for me. I feel unmotivated, so I should wait until I feel ready. Motivation comes from action, not waiting. I'll take the first step. Your thoughts shape your reality. New rule. I choose thoughts that empower me, not thoughts that hold me back. Step 3. Act despite emotions, the 5-second rule. Successful. People don't act because they feel like it. They act first, then the feelings follow. The mistake overthinkers make. Waiting to feel ready? I'll start when I feel motivated. I'll take action when I stop feeling anxious. I'll decide when I feel 100% sure. Reality? If you wait to feel ready, you'll wait forever. Solution. The 5-second rule. The moment you catch yourself overthinking, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then act. Examples. Feeling anxious. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway. Doubting yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action before your brain talks you out of it. Feeling stuck in emotions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move your body. Change your environment, take control. Why this works. It interrupts negative thought loops. It builds confidence. Through action, it rewires your brain to trust your decisions. New rule. I don't wait to feel ready. I take action and let my emotions catch up. Final thoughts. Master your emotions. Master your life. You don't need to control your emotions. You need to control your response to them. Quick recap: the 3-step formula to stop overthinking. Feelings. Name it to tame it. I am experiencing this emotion, but I am not this emotion. Flip the script. I reframe negative thoughts into empowering ones. Act despite emotions. I take action before I feel ready. New rule. I don't let emotions decide my actions. I decide. My actions and my emotions follow. Coming up next, Technique 10, the science of letting go. How to stop overthinking the past. How to release past regrets and move forward. How to break free from guilt and self-blame. How to let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can. This will be a game changer. Get ready. Technique 10. The science of letting go. How to stop overthinking the past. Have you ever replayed a mistake over and over in your mind? The wrong thing you said, the opportunity you missed, the relationship that ended. The past becomes a mental prison, and you're stuck inside, reliving old regrets. But here's the truth. You can't change the past, only your response to it. Overthinking the past won't fix it, but letting go will set you free. In this technique, you'll learn how to stop reliving past mistakes and regrets. Let go of guilt and self-blame. Focus on what you can control instead of what you can't. Why overthinkers struggle. To let go? Your brain hates uncertainty. That's why it clings to the past, constantly analyzing what went wrong and how you could have done things differently. If only I had said something different, ... What if I made the wrong choice? Did I ruin everything? This is called rumination. It's a mental loop where your brain replays the past, searching for a solution. But here's the problem. There is no solution. The past is over. Overthinking won't change what happened. All it does is keep you stuck in regret. The key to freedom? Releasing the illusion of control, the three-step process to let go and move on. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about releasing the emotional weight. Here's the process. Step 1. Accept what you can't change. Radical acceptance. The biggest reason people overthink the past? They resist reality. They refuse to accept that what's done is done. I shouldn't have done that. This wasn't supposed to happen. I wish I could go back and change it. But reality doesn't care about what should have happened. It only cares about what did happen. Solution: radical acceptance. Instead of resisting the past, accept it fully. This happened. I can't change it. I can control how I respond moving forward. Try this exercise. 1. Write down what you're struggling to let go of. To say out loud, I accept that this happened. I release the need to change the past. 3. Take a deep breath and visualize yourself moving forward. New rule: I don't waste energy on what I can't change. I focus on what I can control. Step 2. Reframe regret as a lesson. Turn pain into power. Overthinkers see mistakes as failures, but successful people, they see mistakes as lessons. Instead of thinking, I messed up, think, what did I learn? Examples: I wasted years in a bad relationship. I now know what I won't tolerate in future relationships. I made a huge career mistake. That experience taught me what truly matters to me. I embarrassed myself. I survived, and now I know how to handle similar situations better. Every mistake carries a lesson. Learn it, and you win. New rule: I don't dwell on mistakes. I extract wisdom from them and move forward. Step 3. Create a what's next. Plans shift from reflection to action. Here's the #1 mistake overthinkers make. They focus on the past instead of the future. They ask, why did this happen? What went wrong? What if I had done things differently? Better question, what's next? Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what comes next. Try this. 1. Write down, what's the next best step I can take right now? To take immediate action, no matter how small. Action is the antidote to overthinking. New rule: I don't overthink the past. I take action for a better future. Final thoughts. Letting go equals freedom. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. Quick recap: the 3-step process to stop overthinking the past. Accept what you can't change. This happened. I release it. Reframe regret as a lesson. This mistake made me wiser. Shift from reflection to action. What's next? New rule: I refuse to let my past control my future. Coming up next, Technique 11, the power of present moment thinking. How to stop overthinking the future. Why overthinking the future causes anxiety. How to train your brain to stay present. The Ashwan mindset shift to stop worrying about what's next. This will be a game changer. Get ready. Technique 11. The power of present moment thinking. How to stop overthinking the future. What if I fail? What if things don't go as planned? What if I make the wrong choice? Overthinkers are constantly trapped in what-if scenarios. They imagine worst-case outcomes. They fear making the wrong decision. They stress over things they can't control. But here's the truth. Overthinking the future won't prevent bad things from happening. It only ruins your peace. Today, the key: present moment thinking. You can't control the future, but you can control what you do right now. Your future is created by your present actions, not your anxious thoughts. In this technique, you'll learn why overthinkers struggle to stay present, how to stop obsessing over the future, a simple method to train your mind for present moment focus, why overthinkers get stuck in future anxiety. Your brain is wired for survival, not happiness. It constantly scans for potential threats. It tries to predict and prevent bad outcomes. It makes you feel like you must have certainty before taking action. The result? Paralysis? You overanalyze decisions instead of making them. You procrastinate because you fear failure. You avoid risks and stay in your comfort zone. But here's what successful people know. Certainty is a myth. You'll never have 100% certainty about the future. Overthinking doesn't prevent mistakes. It just wastes time. Action creates clarity. The only way to know what works is to try. New rule. I don't need to know everything to take the next step. How to stop overthinking the future, the 3-step process. If you struggle with fear of the future, use this proven framework to break free. Step 1. Focus on the next action, not the whole future. Overthinkers try to predict the next 10 steps. Successful people, they only focus on the next step. What's the one thing I can do right now? Examples. What if this career move isn't right? What's one small step I can take to explore my options? What if I fail? At this project, what's the next action I can take right now? When you focus on what's in front of you, the future takes care of itself. New rule. I don't stress about the whole journey. I focus on the next step. Step 2. Use the 90-10 rule for decision making. 90% of decisions don't require overthinking. Only 10% of decisions are truly life-changing. Overthinkers treat every decision like a life or death situation. But the truth, most choices are reversible. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Is this truly an irreversible decision? Examples. Should I send this email now or wait? This won't matter in 5 years. I'll just send it. What if I choose the wrong outfit for my meeting? This decision is reversible aisle where what makes me feel confident. Save your mental energy for the big decisions. Let the small ones go. New rule. I only overthink things that will still matter in 5 years. Step 3. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 mind trick to stay present. Your brain loves to wander into the future to pull it back into the present. Use this simple grounding technique, the 5-4-3-2-1 method. 5 things you see, look around, and name 5 objects in your environment. For things you hear, listen to. For sounds you're breathing. Traffic, birds. A clock ticking. 3 things you feel, pay attention to. Physical sensations, your feet on the floor. The air on your skin. 2 things you smell, notice any scents in your environment, coffee. Fresh air, perfume, 1 thing. You taste, take a sip of water or chew gum to bring your senses back to the present. Why it works. It forces your brain to focus on now instead of worrying about the future. New rule. When I start overthinking the future, I bring my focus back to the present. Final thoughts. The future starts now. The only moment you have control over is right. Now, quick recap the 3-step process to stop overthinking the future. Focus on the next action, not the whole future. Use the 90-10 rule. Don't overthink small decisions. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 method to train your brain to stay present. New rule. I don't let fear of the future steal my joy today. Coming up next, Technique 12, the secret to mental clarity. How to declutter your mind and simplify your thinking. Why? Mental clutter leads to overthinking. The three-step process to clear your mind instantly. How to simplify your thinking. For better focus and peace. This will be a game changer. Get ready. Technique 12. The secret to mental clarity. How to declutter your mind and simplify your thinking. Why does your mind feel so overwhelmed? Ever feel like your brain is running a marathon nonstop? It's too many thoughts, too many worries, too many things fighting for your attention. Mental clutter is the #1 cause of overthinking. The truth. A cluttered mind is an anxious mind. A busy brain doesn't mean a productive life. Mental overload leads to stress, indecision, and burnout. The solution? You don't need more willpower, you need less mental noise. In this technique, you'll learn why mental clutter causes overthinking, how to clear your mind in 5 minutes, a simple method to maintain mental clarity every day, the real reason you can't stop overthinking. Most people assume overthinking is a thinking problem, but it's actually an input problem. The more information your brain consumes, the harder it is to think clearly. Examples of mental clutter. Too much information, reading endless news, scrolling social media, consuming random advice, unfinished tasks, loose ends, unanswered messages, half-done projects. Too many choices deciding what to wear, eat, or do next. Unresolved emotions, carrying stress, guilt, or resentment from the past. The brain can only handle so much. If you don't declutter your mind, it will keep running in circles. New rule. If I want to stop overthinking, I must remove mental clutter. The 3-step process to declutter your mind in 5 minutes. If you feel mentally overloaded, use this 3-step method to reset your brain instantly. Step 1. Brain dump. The fastest way to clear your head. Your mind is like a computer. If too many tabs are open, slows down. A brain dump is the fastest way to clear mental space. How to do it? 1. Grab a pen and paper, or open a blank document. Closing parenthesis taught 2. Write down everything on your mind without filtering tasks, worries, random thoughts, let it all out. Point 3, keep writing until your brain feels empty. Why it works? Gets thoughts out of your head and onto paper, reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed, turns vague worries into clear, manageable tasks. Example, before I have too much to do. After a brain dump, I need to reply to 3 emails, buy groceries, and schedule a meeting. New rule. If my mind feels cluttered, I dump my thoughts onto paper. Step 2. The 1-minute rule, instant mental clarity. Overthinkers let small tasks pile up. Unread emails, unanswered texts, unfinished to-do lists. But here's a simple trick. The 1-minute rule. If something takes less than 1 minute, do it immediately. Replying to a short email? Do it now. Making your bed? Do it now. Drinking a glass of water? Do it now. Why it works. Prevents small tasks from turning into mental clutter. Frees up brain space for bigger decisions. Builds momentum and reduces procrastination. New rule. If a task takes less than 60 seconds, I do it immediately. Step 3. The daily reset. How to maintain mental clarity. Mental clutter builds up daily, so you must clear it daily. The daily reset method keeps your mind fresh. How to do it? Step 1. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Before bed, Step 2. Answer these 3 questions. 1. What's still on my mind from today? Write it down. Closing parenthesis 2. What's one small thing I can do to clear my mind? 3. What's my number 1 priority for tomorrow? Why it works? Stops your brain from carrying stress into the next day. Helps you wake up with clarity, not anxiety. Trains your mind to let go of unimportant worries. New rule. All right. I reset my mind every night to wake up with mental clarity. Final thoughts? Simplify your mind. Simplify your life. A clear mind equals a calm mind. Recap the 3-step process to declutter your mind. Step 1. Brain dump. Write everything down to clear mental clutter. Step 2. The 1 minute. Rule handles small tasks instantly to prevent overload. Step 3. The daily reset. End each day with mental clarity. New rule. The less mental clutter I allow, the less I overthink. Coming up next, Technique 13, how to make decisions without overthinking the 3-second rule. That changes everything. Why most people struggle to make decisions? The brain's hidden fear that causes indecision. How to make confident choices in 3 seconds or less. This will change the way you think forever. Get ready. Technique 13. How to make decisions without overthinking. The 3-second rule that changes everything. Why do you struggle to make decisions? Have you ever spent way too long deciding something simple? What to eat for dinner? Which outfit to wear? Whether to text someone back? Or worse, you delay big decisions because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. Overthinking creates hesitation. Hesitation kills momentum. The truth, you don't lack intelligence, you lack decision-making speed. Overanalyzing leads to regret, not clarity. Indecision is a decision, and usually the worst one. In this technique, you'll learn why your brain struggles to make decisions. The 3-second rule to instantly break overthinking. How? To train your brain to decide faster and with confidence. Why overthinkers struggle with decisions. Your brain is designed to avoid mistakes, not make decisions. Here's what happens when you face a choice. 1. You analyze every possible outcome. What if this happens? What if that happens? 2. Search for the perfect decision. I can't make a mistake. 3. You delay taking action. I'll think about it later. Or you get stuck in a loop of overthinking. Maybe I should do more research. This is why so many people feel stuck in life. The truth? Most decisions don't need deep thinking. There is no perfect decision, just action and adjustment. Your first instinct is usually the right one. So how do you fix this? Use the 3-second rule. The 3-second rule. How to decide faster without regret. The longer you think, the worse your decision-making gets. The fix. Decide in 3 seconds or less. The 3-second rule equals the moment you recognize a decision. Take action within 3 seconds. Why does this work? It stops overthinking before it starts. It forces you to trust your instincts. It builds confidence in your ability to make decisions. Example, without the 3-second rule. Should I send this email now or wait? Maybe I should reword it. What if it sounds wrong? Overthinking loop starts with the 3-second rule. 3, 2, 1. Send another example. Without the 3-second rule, should I go to the gym today? Maybe I'll wait and see how I feel later. Procrastination starts with the 3-second rule. 3, 2, 1. Put on gym shoes. Move. The moment your brain starts debating, you've already lost. New rule. If it won't matter in 5 years, Don't spend more than 5 seconds deciding. How to train your brain to decide faster. Speed is a skill. You can train yourself to think and act faster. 1. Set a decision timer, practice making small decisions in 3 seconds or less. What to order at a restaurant? 3, 2, 1. Choose which outfit to wear. 3, 2, 1. Pick one. What to watch on Netflix? 3, 2, 1. Press play. Why it works. Trains your brain to stop hesitating. Builds. It's the habit of quick decision making. Reduces anxiety about making perfect choices. New rule. Any decision is better than no decision. 2. Use the 80% rule. Stop seeking perfection. Perfectionists overthink because they fear making mistakes. But here's the truth. 80% certainty is enough to take action. No decision is perfect. But you make the best choice with what you know. You can always adjust later. Example. Should I start a new project? Overthinker. I need to plan everything first. What if it fails? I should wait until I'm 100% sure. It's a decisive person. I'm 80% sure this is a good idea. That's enough. I'll start now and improve as I go. New rule. Done is better than perfect. 3. Reduce your choices. Decision fatigue is real. Too many choices equals too much overthinking. The fastest way to stop overthinking is to limit your options. Example. Too many choices. What should I wear today? I have 15 shirts, 10 pants, 5 shoes, fewer choices. I'll wear one of these 3 outfits. Done. Other ways to reduce choices. Create routines. Same breakfast, same workout time, same morning habits. Pre-planned decisions. Decide tomorrow's priorities the night before. Use defaults. Always order the same coffee with the same 3 outfits. Follow the same morning routine. New rule. The fewer choices I have, the faster I move. Final thoughts. Overthinking kills progress. Decisiveness creates it. Recap how to. Stop overthinking decisions. Use the 3-second rule. Decide within 3 seconds to prevent hesitation. Apply the 80% rule. You don't need to be 100%. Sure, just take action. Reduce choices. Fewer options equals less overthinking. New rule. I trust myself. I decide fast. I take action. Coming up next, Technique 14, How to Stop Caring What People Think. The ultimate freedom mindset. Why your fear of judgment is holding you back. The spotlight effect. Why people actually don't care as much as you think. How to stop worrying about approval and live your own life. This will be a game changer. Get ready. Technique 14. How to Stop Caring What People Think. The ultimate freedom mindset. The number one fear that keeps you stuck. Be honest, how many times have you stopped yourself from doing something just because you were worried about what others would think? You wanted to start a new project, but feared people would judge you. You had a great idea, but hesitated because someone might criticize you. You held back in conversations because you didn't want to look stupid. Your fear of judgment is keeping you from your best life. Here's the truth. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to care about you. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion, so why let that stop you? The people who judge you don't matter. The people who support you won't judge. In this technique, you'll learn why your brain cares too much about other people's opinions, the spotlight effect, and how to use it to stop overthinking. A 3-step formula. 2. Break free from judgment and live your life. Why do we care so much about others' opinions? Your brain is wired for social survival. Back in ancient times, being accepted by the group was a matter of life and death. If the tribe rejected you, you'd be left to survive alone. If people didn't like you, you'd have no support if you made a mistake. It could be fatal. But here's the problem. In today's world, rejection won't kill you. If someone dislikes you, nothing bad happens. If you make a mistake, you can recover. If you take a risk and fail, you'll learn and grow. Your brain is running outdated software. It's time for an upgrade. The spotlight effect. Why people actually don't care about you as much as you think. The spotlight effect equals you think people notice you more than they actually do. Your brain tricks you into believing that everyone is watching your every move. Reality check. People aren't thinking about you as much as you think. Most people are too busy worrying about their own lives. Even if they do notice you, they'll forget in a few minutes. Example, you're worried about what people at the gym think of you. Truth, they're too busy looking at themselves in the mirror. You hesitate to post online because what if people judge me? Truth, most people will scroll past without thinking twice. You overanalyze a small mistake you made in a conversation. Truth, the other person has already moved on. The world isn't watching you. You're watching yourself. Let go. How to stop caring what people think. 3-step formula. 1. Rewire your brain. Shift from approval seeking to self-validation. Most people care too much because they seek external validation. I need people to approve of me. I need others to think I'm smart, funny, or successful. What if they don't like me? New mindset. I validate myself. I don't need permission to be me. How to do it? Whenever you catch yourself seeking approval, pause and ask, do I actually care about this, or am I just afraid of judgment? Replace self-doubt with self-confidence. I trust myself. My opinion matters more than theirs. New rule. If I like me, I don't need them to like me. 2. Play the worst-case scenario game. It's never as bad as you think. Fear of judgment is based on imagined worst-case scenarios. Here's how to break it. Ask yourself, what's the absolute worst thing that could happen if I do this? Example 1. You want to post a video online, but you're afraid people will judge you. Fear, what if people laugh at me? Reality, a few people might, but most won't care. And those who do, they weren't your people anyway. Example 2. You want to speak up in a meeting, but you're afraid of looking stupid. Fear, what if I say something wrong? Reality, people forget things fast. Even if you mess up, they'll move on. New rule, fear is just an illusion. I refuse to let it control me. Single quotes 3. Detach from opinions. What they think equals their business, not yours. Reminder, people's opinions of you are a reflection of them, not you. Someone who criticizes you is revealing more about their own insecurities than anything about you. Here's how to detach from opinions. Understand that everyone has opinions, and they don't have to be right. Realize that people's judgments say more about them than about you. Remind yourself that in 100 years, none of this will matter. New rule. Other people's opinions are not my responsibility. Final thoughts. The ultimate freedom is not caring what others think. Recap how to stop caring what people think. Understand the spotlight effect. People aren't watching you as much as you think. Shift from approval seeking to self-validation. Play the worst-case scenario. Okay, it's never as bad as your mind makes it seem. Detach. From opinions, what they think of you is their problem, not yours. New rule: I live for myself. I refuse to let fear of judgment stop me. Coming up next, Technique 15, the art of letting go. Ooh. How to stop holding on to the past. Why you struggle to let go of past mistakes, regrets, and pain. The emotional backpack method, how to release what's weighing you down. A simple 3-step process to free yourself from the past. Move forward. This next technique will help you break free from what's holding you back. Stay tuned. Technique 15. The art of letting go, how to stop holding on to the past. Are you carrying emotional baggage without realizing it? Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with bricks everywhere you go. At first, you might not notice it, but over time, it weighs you down. It drains your energy, slows you down, and makes everything harder. Now, imagine if someone told you that you could just take it off. This is exactly what happens when you hold on to past regrets, mistakes, and painful memories. You're carrying an emotional backpack full of things that no longer serve you. Yet you refuse to put it down. Here's the truth. You can't move forward if you're still holding on to the past. Your past is a lesson, not a prison. Sentence: the more you resist letting go, the more power your past has over you. In this technique, you'll learn why your brain struggles to let go and how to override it. The emotional backpack method, a powerful trick to release the past, a 3-step process to free yourself from past mistakes, regrets, and pain. Why do we struggle to let go? The science of emotional attachment. Your brain is wired to hold on to the past, especially negative experiences. Here's why. 1. Survival mechanism. Your brain remembers pain so you don't repeat mistakes. 2. Identity attachment. You believe your past defines who you are today. 3. Emotional loops. Reliving the past makes you feel like you still have control. But here's the problem. Holding on to the past doesn't change it. It only keeps you stuck in a cycle of overthinking and regret. The longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. The solution: you must consciously choose to let go. The emotional backpack method, how to release the past for good. Imagine your past is a backpack full of heavy rocks. Each rock represents something you're holding on to. A past mistake, you. Regret, a painful memory that still haunts you. A person who hurt you, a time you felt rejected, embarrassed, or betrayed. Now, picture yourself taking the backpack off and dropping it. Letting go is not about forgetting. It's about choosing not to carry the weight anymore. The past happened. You can't change it, but you can change how you carry it. New mindset. I don't have to hold on to this anymore. I am free. How to let go of the past in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Identify what you're holding on to. Write it down. You can't let go of what you don't acknowledge. Action step. Take out a notebook and write down what past event, mistake, or memory are you still holding on to. How does it make you feel when you think about it? What belief do you have about this event? Example: I made a huge mistake in my career, and I feel like a failure. New belief: that mistake was a lesson, not a life sentence. I learned from it. The goal is to see your past as a learning experience, not a source of pain. Step 2. Challenge the story you're telling yourself. Most people don't hold on to the past, they hold on to the story they created about it. Ask yourself, what if this past event actually made me stronger? What if this experience taught me something valuable? What if I could rewrite the meaning of this event? Example: that relationship failure proved I'm not lovable. That experience taught me what I truly deserve. In a partner, you get to decide how you interpret your past. Change the meaning. Change your life. Step 3. Release it. Use the letting go ritual. Letting go is an active choice, not just a thought. Try this powerful exercise. Write down what you want to let go of on a piece of paper. Read it out loud and say, I release this from my life. It no longer controls me. Burn, rip, or throw away the paper. As a symbolic act of release, when you physically release something, your brain registers it as a real action. New mindset. The past is over. My future starts now. Final thoughts. Letting go equals true freedom. Recap how to let go of the past. Identify what you're holding on to. Challenge. It's the story you're telling yourself. Use the letting go. Ritual to release it for good. New rule: I refuse to let my past control my future. Coming up next, Technique 16, the power of presence. How to stop living in your head and start living in the moment. Why? Your mind is always racing, and how to quiet it. The 5-second reset method: instantly snap back to the present. How to train your brain to focus on now, instead of dwelling on the past or future. This next technique will help you fully embrace the present moment. Stay tuned. Technique 16. The power of presence. How to stop living in your head and start living in the moment. Are you stuck in the past or lost in the future? Think about the last time you were truly 100% present in the moment. No overthinking, no worrying about the future. No replaying past mistakes. For most people, this rarely happens. Instead, their minds are constantly replaying old conversations, worrying about what might happen next, obsessing over things they can't control. But here's the truth: you can't change the past. You can't predict the future. But you can control what you focus on right now. In this technique, you'll learn why your brain keeps pulling you out of the present moment. The 5-second reset method: instantly snap back to now. How? To train your brain to focus on what's real instead of getting lost in your head. Why do we struggle to stay present? The science of an overactive mind. Your mind is constantly looking for problems, even when none exist. Here's why. 1. Your brain is wired for survival. Your brain evolved to anticipate danger, not to enjoy the present. This is why it constantly scans for potential threats, even imaginary ones. 2. The addiction to thinking. Most people believe that the more they think, the more control they have. In reality, overthinking makes life harder, not easier. 3. The illusion of control. Worrying about the future feels like a way to prepare for it. But most of the time, worrying just creates stress, not solution. The solution? You must train your mind to stay present. Purpose. The 5-second reset method: instantly snap back to now. Want to stop overthinking and instantly reconnect with the present. Try this. Step 1. Pause and take a deep breath. This interrupts your mental spiral and brings awareness to the moment. Step 2. Look around and name 5 things you see. This forces your brain to focus on your immediate surroundings. Step 3. Feel your body move, stretch, or touch something. Physical sensations ground you in the present. Step 4. Say out loud, I'm here. I'm safe. I'm in control. This reminds your brain that you don't need to be somewhere else. This takes less than 10 seconds, but instantly shifts your focus back to now. How to train your brain to stay present. 3 simple techniques. You don't have to meditate for hours to be present. Try these instead. 1. The single task focus trick. Most people are addicted to multitasking. They check their phones while eating, working, or even walking. This keeps the mind constantly distracted and restless. Instead, practice doing one thing at a time. If you're eating, just eat. If you're talking to someone, be fully there. If you're working, focus on one task, not 5. The more you practice, the sharper your focus becomes. To the slow down your thoughts method. Your mind races because it's always in a rush. Here's a powerful trick whenever you feel overwhelmed. Slow down, speak slower, move slower, breathe slower. Your thoughts will follow. New mindset. I control the speed of my thoughts. I can slow down anytime. 3. The 3-second sensory reset. Whenever your mind drifts, use your senses to bring it back. What do you hear right now? What do you feel on your skin? What does the air smell like? Your senses only exist in the present, so tuning into them pulls you out of your head. Final thoughts. Master the present. Master your life. Recap how to stay present. Use the 5-second reset to instantly snap back to now. Train your brain to focus on one thing at a time. Slow down your thoughts to control your mental state. Use your senses to ground yourself in the moment. New rule. My life happens in the present. I choose to be here. Coming up next, Technique 17, breaking free from mental traps. How to escape the mind games that keep you stuck. Why? Your brain tricks you into staying stuck in negativity. The thought reframe method, change your mind in 60 seconds. How to stop falling for the same mental traps over and over? This next technique will show you how to escape the mind's most dangerous illusions. Stay tuned. Technique 17. Breaking free from mental traps. How to escape the mind games that keep you stuck. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter what you do, you can't move forward. Do you catch yourself repeating the same patterns, overthinking, procrastinating, or doubting yourself despite knowing you need to change? The truth is, it's not reality that holds you back. It's your mind. Your brain is wired with mental traps and visible patterns of thinking that create unnecessary problems, magnify fears that aren't real, keep you stuck in loops of self-doubt, worry, and regret. But here's the good news. Mental traps aren't permanent. You can learn to spot them, and once you do, you can escape them forever. In this technique, you'll learn the 3 biggest mental traps that keep you stuck. The thought reframe method, how to break free in 60 seconds. How to take back control of your thoughts and your life. Mental trap number 1, the what if. Spiral fear of the future. How it works. Your mind constantly asks, what if I fail? What if something goes wrong? What if I'm not good enough? Your brain believes this endless worrying equals preparation, but in reality, it just creates stress, not solutions. Why does this happen? Your brain evolved to predict dangers, so it always imagines the worst. Your mind loves certainties, so it overthinks things it can't control. Your thoughts don't know when to stop, so they loop endlessly. Solution: the thought reframe method. Next time your brain says, what if something goes wrong? Ask, what if everything goes right? What if this works out even better than I expect? Flip the script. Change the question. Change your mindset. Mental trap number 2, the overanalysis paralysis loop. How it works. You analyze every possible option, but never make a decision. You feel like you need more information before taking action. You delay and overthink until you miss the opportunity. The truth? Overthinking is a disguised form of procrastination. Why does this happen? Your brain fears failures, so it convinces you to prepare more. You seek perfection, so you never feel ready. Enough. You don't trust yourself, so you second-guess every choice. Solution: the 2-minute action rule. New rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Send the email. Make the call. Start the first step. Stop analyzing. Start acting. Mental trap number 3, the regret time machine living in the past. How it works? Your brain replays old mistakes. You keep thinking, I should have done this differently. You feel stuck in guilt, shame, or regret. The problem? You can't change the past, but your mind keeps revisiting it as if you can. Why does this happen? Your brain wants to fix past mistakes, but it can't. Your mind tricks you into thinking guilt equals learning. It's not. Regret. Addictive gives your brain a sense of control. Solution. The future focus shifts. New mindset. I can't change the past, but I can change what happens next. Instead of replaying what went wrong, focus on what you'll do differently next time. Ask, what lesson can I take from this and apply today? Every second you spend stuck in regret is a second wasted. Move forward. Final thoughts. Take back control of your mind. Recap how to escape mental traps. Stop the what-if spiral. Flip the script. Ask, what if everything goes right? Break overthinking. Use the 2-minute action rule. Act before your brain talks you out of it. Let go of regret. Focus on what you can control. Your next move. New rule. My thoughts don't control me. I control my thoughts. Coming up next. Technique 8 in the science of letting go. How to stop holding on to what's weighing you down. Why letting go is hard and how to make it easier. The mental detox method. Clear your mind in 5 minutes. How to stop clinging to thoughts, emotions, and expectations that don't serve you. This next technique will show you how to free your mind from emotional baggage. Stay tuned. Technique 18. The science of letting go. How to stop holding on to what's weighing you down. Why do we hold on to things that hurt us? Have you ever struggled to let go of a painful memory? A toxic relationship? A mistake that keeps replaying in your mind? The truth is, letting go is one of the hardest things to do because your brain is wired to hold on. Why? Survival mechanism. Your brain clings to past experiences to protect you from future pain. Emotional attachment. You mistake familiarity for comfort even if it's hurting you. Fear of the unknown. Letting go means facing uncertainty, and your brain hates that. But here's the good news. Letting go is a skill. You can train your mind to release what no longer serves you. There's a science-backed process to detach from negative thoughts, emotions, and experiences. You'll feel lighter, freer, and mentally unstoppable when you master it. In this technique, we'll discover the 3 biggest reasons we struggle to let go and how to overcome them. The mental detox method. Clear your mind in 5 minutes. How to release emotional baggage and move forward with clarity. Why letting go feels Impossible the hidden traps in your brain. Trap number 1, the emotional echo effect. How it works? Ever noticed how painful memories feel just as real, even years later? That's because your brain doesn't distinguish between past and present pain. Example, you remember a time when someone betrayed you. Your brain relives the event as if it's happening now. You feel the same pain, anger, or sadness over and over again. Solution: name it to tame it. New rule: if you can name the emotion, you can tame the emotion. Say out loud, I am feeling resentment because of the past. But this is just a memory, not reality. This shifts your brain from emotional mode, gives logical mode. When you separate yourself from the feeling, you weaken its grip on you. Trap number 2, the endowment effect. Why you cling to what no longer serves you. How it works. Your brain overvalues what it already has if it's bad for you. Example, you stay in a toxic relationship because you've invested too much time. You keep old grudges because they feel like part of your identity. You hold on to bad habits because change feels uncomfortable. Solution: the what if I started fresh mindset. Ask yourself, if I had never experienced this before, would I still choose to hold on to it? Oh. Would you choose the stress, negativity, or baggage if it wasn't already yours? If the answer is no, then it's time to let it go. Trap number 3, the unfinished business illusion. How it works. Your brain hates unresolved situations, so it keeps replaying past events. Looking for closure? Example, you keep thinking about a conversation you wish went differently. You feel like you need an apology, but it never comes. You tell yourself, I'll let go when I finally get closure. Solution: the ending exercise. New rule: closure isn't given, it's created. Instead of waiting for closure, write your own ending. Take a journal and complete this sentence. Even though past event happened, I choose to move forward by new belief, action. This reprograms your brain to close the loop so you can finally move on. The mental detox method: clear your mind in 5 minutes. Feeling mentally stuck? Use this simple exercise to instantly release negativity. Step 1. Take a deep breath. Step 2. Close your eyes and imagine putting your thoughts in a mental box. Step 3. Visualize yourself locking the box and placing it on a high shelf. Step 4. Say out loud, I don't need to carry this anymore. Step 5. Open your eyes and move your body, shake your arms, stretch, or take a quick walk. Why this works: separates you from your thoughts, so they lose power over you. Physically resets your nervous system to break the stress cycle, helps you detach from what's weighing you down. Try it now. You'll feel the difference immediately. Final thoughts: your freedom starts now. Recap how to let go. Recognize the trap. Your brain holds on to pain. But you don't have to. Reframe your mindset. If you wouldn't choose this negativity today, let it go. Create your own closure. Stop waiting. Decide to move forward now. Use the mental detox method. Clear your mind and reset your emotions. New rule: I am not my past. I am what I choose to become. Coming up next, Technique 19, the art of mental minimalism. How to declutter your mind for instant clarity. Why? Your brain is overloaded and how to fix it. The digital detox. Blueprint: reclaim your focus in 7 days. How to simplify your thoughts. Schedule and life for ultimate peace. This next technique will show you how to create mental space for what truly matters. Stay tuned. Technique 19. The art of mental minimalism. How to declutter your mind for instant clarity. Why your brain feels overloaded and how to fix it. Do you ever feel like your brain is running 1,000 tabs at once? Constant notifications pulling your attention. A never-ending to-do list weighing on your mind. Racing thoughts that won't let you relax. Here's the truth. Most of us aren't overwhelmed because we're doing too much. We're overwhelmed because our minds are cluttered with too much unnecessary noise. The real problem? Mental clutter doesn't just create stress. It kills productivity, happiness, and inner peace. The solution? You need mental minimalism. Think of it like decluttering a messy house. When you remove the junk, you create space for clarity, focus, and peace. The less mental stuff you carry, the more powerful your mind becomes. In this technique, you'll learn the 3 biggest causes of mental clutter and how to eliminate them. The brain dump method, declutter your thoughts in 5 minutes. The digital detox blueprint, reclaim your focus in 7 days. How to simplify your life for instant clarity and peace. Why? Your brain feels overloaded. The 3 hidden causes of mental clutter. Because number 1, the open loops problem, unfinished thoughts are draining you. How it works? Your brain is like a computer. Every unfinished task, unmade decision, and unresolved problem is like an open tab running in the background using up mental energy. Example, you need to reply to an important email but keep putting it off. Your brain keeps reminding you about it again and again. The mental weight builds up, making you feel exhausted. Solution: the 2-minute rule. New rule: if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Reply to the email, pay the bill, schedule the appointment. Closing open loops equals instant mental relief. Because number 2, information overload. You're consuming too much. How it works? Your brain was never designed to process thousands of pieces of information daily. Example, scrolling social media first thing in the morning, jumping from one news article to another, watching endless YouTube videos but never taking action. Solution: the selective input rule. New rule: only consume information that serves a purpose. Set info limits, only 30 minutes of news, social media per day. Unfollow accounts that add mental clutter. Replace passive consumption with active learning. Less input equals more clarity. Cause. 3. Digital noise. Your devices are controlling you. How it works? Your phone is stealing your focus, one notification at a time. Example, you check your phone for just a second, but 30 minutes disappear. You wake up, and the first thing you see is an email from work. Your mind is never fully present because your phone keeps pulling you away. Solution: the phone-free first hour rule. New rule: no phone for the first hour after waking up. Keep your phone out of your bedroom. Start your day with silence, reflection, or movement. Use your morning for you, not for the world's distractions. Less digital noise equals more control over your mind. The brain dump method, declutter your thoughts in 5 minutes. Feeling mentally overwhelmed? Try this simple exercise to clear your mind instantly. Step 1. Grab a blank sheet of paper. Step 2. Write down everything on your mind: tasks, worries, ideas. Step 3. Separate them into 3 categories. Important action required. Gives do it now or schedule it. not important mental clutter. Gives let it go. Can't control, stop overthinking. Gives accept and move on. Step 4. Take a deep breath. Your mind is now clear. Why this works. Gets thoughts out of your head so they stop swirling around. Organizes your priorities so you only focus on what matters. Okay. Helps you let go of what you can't control. Try it. Know you'll feel 10x lighter. The digital detox blueprint. Reclaim your focus in 7 days. Want to take back control from your phone, emails, and social media? Follow this 7-day challenge. Day 1. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Your brain isn't meant to react to every ping and buzz. Day 2. Unfollow, unsubscribe, and delete. Remove anything that doesn't add value, newsletters, apps, toxic accounts. Day 3. No social media in the morning. Give yourself at least 60 minutes of digital free time after waking up. Day 4. Single task. Everything. Stop juggling 10 things at once. Focus on one thing at a time. Day 5. Phone-free meals. Enjoy your food. Be present. No screens allowed. Day 6. Set no screen hours. Choose 1 to 2 hours a day where you don't touch your phone. Day 7. Tech-free night routine. No screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Read, reflect, or relax instead. By day 7, you'll feel mentally lighter, less noise, more clarity, more focus, less distractions, more deep work, calmer and more present, less stress, more real moments. Final thoughts? Less is more, and that's the secret to mental freedom. Recap how to declutter your mind. Close open loops. Do small tasks immediately to free mental space. Limit unnecessary input. Consume only what helps you grow. Take control of your digital life. Don't let your phone control you. Use the brain dump method. Get thoughts out of your head. Do a 7-day digital detox. Reclaim your focus and peace. New rule. A clear mind is a powerful mind. Coming up next, Technique 20, how to build mental toughness. Unbreakable mindset techniques. The 3 traits of mentally tough people. The Stoic Mind Method. How to handle stress like a warrior. How to train yourself to be unshakable. In any situation, this next technique will show you how to build a mindset so strong that nothing can break you. Stay tuned. Technique 20. How to build mental toughness, unbreakable mindset techniques. Why some people break under pressure and how you can become unstoppable instead. Why do some people crumble under stress while others rise to the challenge? 2 people lose their jobs. One falls into depression. The other starts a successful business. 2 athletes face the same injury. One gives up. The other comes back stronger. 2 entrepreneurs fail. One quits forever. The other builds a multi-million-dollar company. What makes the difference? Mental toughness. Here's the truth. Life will test you. You will face obstacles, failures, and painful moments. The mentally weak blame, complain, and quit. The mentally tough adapt, persist, and grow stronger. The good news. Mental toughness is not something you're born with. It's a skill you can train. In this technique, you'll learn the 3 traits of mentally tough people and how to develop them. The Stoic Mind Method, how to handle stress like a warrior. How to train your mind to be unbreakable in any situation. The Navy SEAL 40% rule, how to push beyond your limits. The 3 traits of mentally tough people. Trait number 1, emotional. Control, master your reactions. What it means? Oh, mentally tough people don't let emotions control them. They control their emotions. Weak mindset gets angry and reacts impulsively, breaks down under stress, wastes energy on things they can't control. Strong mindset stays calm under pressure. Thinks before reacting, focuses only on what they can control. How to build it? The pause and respond rule. New rule. Before reacting to any situation, take 3 deep breaths and ask, is this worth my energy? What can I actually control? What's the smartest response? Control your emotions, and you control your life. Trait number 2, resilience turning pain into power. What it means? Resilient people don't break under pressure. They adapt, learn, and come back stronger. Weak mindset complains about how unfair life is, quits after failing once, sees obstacles as excuses to stop. Strong mindset accepts setbacks as part of growth, learns from failure instead of fearing it, sees obstacles as tests of character. How to build it? The what can I learn? Habit? New rule. Every time you face failure, ask, what can this teach me? How can I grow from this? What's my next move? Failure is never final unless you quit. Trait number 3, discipline doing what needs to be done, no matter what it means. Mentally tough people don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. Weak mindset waits to feel like it, quits when things get hard, looks for shortcuts and excuses. Strong mindset does the work. Even when it's uncomfortable, pushes through obstacles without complaining, follows through on commitments no matter what. How to build it? The non-negotiable rule, new rule. Pick one habit and make it non-negotiable. No matter how you feel, you show up, no excuses. No skipping. No quitting. Discipline equals freedom. The Stoic Mind Method, how to handle stress like a warrior. Life will test you. People will disrespect you. Unexpected problems will arise. How do mentally tough people stay calm in any situation? The Stoic Mind Method. Step 1. Accept reality. Stop resisting what you can't change. Step 2. Focus only on what you control. Everything else is wasted energy. Step 3. Train your mind to stay calm. Breathe. Detach from emotions. Respond logically. Example, a flight gets canceled, weak mindset gives complaints, gets frustrated, ruins their whole day. Strong mindset accepts reality, books another flight, stays calm. Mental toughness equals mastering your response. 2. Life's chaos, the Navy SEAL 40% rule, how to push beyond your limits. Did you know? When you feel like giving up, you're only at 40% of your true capacity. Navy SEALs train their minds to keep going even when they feel exhausted. It's the 40% rule in action. You're working out and feel like stopping. Push 60%. More, you're tired and don't want to work? Get started anyway. You think you can't handle stress? You're stronger than you think. Your mind gives up before your body does. Train yourself to go beyond your limits. Final thoughts? The secret to an unbreakable mindset. Recap how to build mental toughness. Master emotional control. Think before reacting. Develop resilience. See challenges as opportunities to grow. Build discipline. Show up every day, no excuses. Use the Stoic Mind Method. Accept, control, and stay calm. Apply. The 40% rule. You're capable of more than you think. New rule. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Coming up next, Technique 21, the science of confidence. How to develop unshakable self-belief. The number one myth about confidence. Most people get this wrong. The small wins. Strategy instantly boost your self-esteem. How to train yourself to be confident in any situation. This next, Nick will teach you how to develop rock-solid self-confidence so you can go after everything you want in life. Stay tuned. Technique 21. The science of confidence. How to develop unshakable self-belief. Why some people radiate confidence and how you can too. Have you ever met someone who just oozes confidence? They walk into a room and command attention. They speak with certainty and conviction. They don't doubt themselves, they just go for it. Here's the truth. Confident people aren't born that way, they train themselves to be confident. Confidence is a skill. Just like lifting weights builds muscle, taking action builds confidence. In this technique, you'll learn the number one myth about confidence. Most people get this wrong. The small wins strategy instantly boosts your self-esteem. How to stop overthinking and take bold action. The secret to radiating confidence in any situation. The number one myth about confidence, most people get this wrong. Most people think confidence comes from success. They believe once I make money, I'll feel confident. Once I lose weight, I'll believe in myself. Once I get good at something, I'll stop doubting myself. Reality? That's backwards. Confidence doesn't come from success. Success comes from confidence. You have to believe in yourself first, then take action. New rule. Act confident before you feel confident. The small wins strategy, how to instantly boost confidence. Did you know? Every time you accomplish something, even a tiny goal, your brain releases dopamine, the confidence chemical. The mistake most people make. They wait for big wins before they feel confident. Instead, train yourself to celebrate small wins every day. How to do it? Set tiny goals you can achieve daily. Every time you complete one, take 5 seconds to acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I'm making progress. The more small wins you collect, the faster your confidence grows. How to stop overthinking and take bold action. Lack of confidence equals overthinking. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I'm not ready? Confident people don't overthink, they just take action. The 5-second rule instantly crushes self-doubt. Whenever you feel fear creeping in, count down from 5 and act. 5 4 3 2 2 1 go. Example, you want to speak up in a meeting. Gives 5 4 3 2 1, say it. You're hesitating to start a project. Gives 5 4 3 2 1, begin. You're scared to ask for something. Gives 5 4 3 2 1, go for it. Confidence isn't about having no fear, it's about acting despite fear. The secret to radiating confidence in any situation, want to instantly appear more confident even if you don't feel it. Use the confident body language trick. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest open. Slow down your speech. Fast talking equals nervous energy. Hold eye contact. Confident people don't look away. Smile slightly. It makes you appear calm and in control. Try this. Walk into a room with powerful posture. Make eye contact and speak clearly. You'll feel the confidence shift instantly. Final thoughts? Confidence is a muscle. Train it daily. Recap how. To build unshakable confidence. Act confident before you feel confident. Use the small wins strategy to build momentum. Stop overthinking. Use the 5-second rule. Master body language. Stand tall. Slow down. Make eye contact. New rule. Confidence is built through action. Waiting. Coming up next, Technique 22-3 Mental Habits of High Achievers. How to think like the most successful people in the world. The Growth Mindset Hack. How to stop fearing failure. The Future Self Method. How to stay motivated. Long term. This next technique will teach you the exact mental habits that separate winners from everyone else. Get ready. Technique 22. The 3 mental habits of high achievers. Why do some people achieve massive success while others stay stuck? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly succeed while others struggle? They stay motivated even. When things get tough, they take action without overthinking. They keep growing while others give up. Here's the truth. High achievers don't just work harder, they think differently. Success starts in your mind. In this technique, you'll learn the #1 mental habit that turns failure into success. How to stop procrastination using the future self. Method. The extreme ownership mindset. Why successful people never make excuses. Let's dive in. Mental habit #1. The growth mindset turning failure into fuel. The biggest difference between successful people and everyone else. Successful people see failure as a lesson, not a roadblock. Most people avoid failure because they think it means they're not good enough. High achievers see failure as feedback. It shows them what to improve. Example, Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work." That's the growth mindset. How to develop it? Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned." Instead of "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm not good at this yet." Instead of "I give up," say, "What can I learn from this?" New rule. Failure isn't the opposite of success. Part of success, mental. Habit #2. The Future Self Method. How to stay motivated and stop procrastinating. Most people struggle with motivation because they only think about the present moment. They skip workouts because they don't feel like exercising today. They procrastinate because they don't feel like working right now. High achievers think about their future self. The Future Self Method. Step 1. Picture yourself 1 year from now. Step 2. Imagine your future self talking to you. Step 3. Ask, what decision would my future self want me to make? Example, your future self wants to be fit, so you go to the gym even if you don't feel like it today. Your future self wants financial freedom, so you save money, even if you want to spend it today. This trick rewires your brain to make better long-term choices. New rule. Stop making decisions for your present self. Mental habit #3. Extreme ownership. Why successful people never make excuses. Losers blame. Winners take responsibility. High achievers never blame circumstances, people, or luck. They take 100% ownership of their success. Example, average people say, "I failed because my boss is unfair. I'm broke because the economy's bad. I'm overweight because of my genetics." High achievers say, "It's my job to learn how to deal with my boss. It's my responsibility to build financial security. It's up to me to take control of my health." How to develop extreme ownership. Whenever something goes wrong, ask, What could I have done differently? Take responsibility for everything in your life, even when it's not your fault. Focus on what you can control instead of what you can't. New rule. Winners don't make excuses, they make adjustments. Final thoughts. How to think. Like a high achiever, recap the 3 mental habits of high achievers. The growth mindset. See failure as feedback, not defeat. The future self method. Make decisions based on your future self. Extreme ownership. Take full responsibility. For your success, adopt these mindsets, and success becomes inevitable. Coming up next, Technique 23, the hidden power of focus. Why? Focus is more valuable than intelligence. How? To eliminate distractions and get more done in less time. The deep work method, how to enter. Peak concentration mode. This next technique will teach you how to master focus and become unstoppable. Get ready. Technique 23. The hidden power of focus. Why focus is more valuable than intelligence. Think about the most successful people in history, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs. Were they the smartest people in the world? Not necessarily. Plenty of smart people never achieve greatness. But those who master focus become unstoppable. The truth. The ability to focus deeply on one thing at a time is more powerful than raw intelligence. In this technique, you'll learn why focus is the ultimate success multiplier. How to eliminate distractions and enter deep work mode. The 90-minute rule, a secret used by top performers. Let's dive in. The focus epidemic. Why most people struggle to concentrate. Fact. The average person's attention span has dropped to just 8 seconds shorter than a goldfish. Endless notifications. Social media addiction. The habit of multitasking. The result. People feel busy but accomplish nothing. Example. You sit down to work. But within 10 minutes, a WhatsApp message pops up. You check Instagram, you answer a random email. Your brain never enters deep focus mode. The key to high performance? Eliminate distractions and train your brain for deep concentration, the deep work. Method. How to enter peak concentration mode. The secret of top performers. They don't just work hard, they work deeply. No distractions, no context switching, full immersion in one task. How to enter deep work mode. Step 1. Choose one high-impact task. Step 2. Set a 90-minute deep work session. Step 3. Remove all distractions. Put phone in another room. Step 4. Use a timer, commit to pure focus until it rings. Why it works? Your brain takes 15 to 20 minutes to enter deep focus. Every time you get distracted, you reset the process. New rule. If you master deep work, you'll accomplish more in one day than most people do in a week. The 90-minute rule. How to maximize productivity without burning out. Science shows your brain can only focus intensely for 90 minutes at a time. After 90 minutes, performance drops. Pushing beyond that leads to burnout. The 90-minute rule. Work deeply for 90 minutes. Take a 15 to 20-minute break. Repeat. The cycle. This is how elite athletes, musicians, and CEOs maximize productivity. Example, Elon Musk schedules work in 5-minute blocks to eliminate wasted time. Warren Buffett spends hours in deep focus mode. Reading and thinking. Success isn't about working more hours. About working smarter, how to eliminate distractions, the digital detox strategy. Fact. The average person checks their phone 144 times per day. Here's how to take back control. Turn off all notifications. Yes, all of them. Use Do Not Disturb mode during work hours. Check. Emails and messages only at set times, not all day. Uninstall addictive apps or set time limits. If you control your attention, you control your life. New rule. Protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Final thoughts. Focus is your superpower. Recap how to master focus. Deep work method. Work in distraction-free, intense focus sessions. 90-minute rule. Work for 90 minutes. Rest. Then repeat. Digital detox strategy. Eliminate distractions to protect your focus. If you apply these, you'll get more done in 1 month than most do in a year. Conclusion: the end of overthinking, the beginning of action. You already have the answers. Now it's time to act. Overthinking has kept you trapped for far too long. It has stolen your time, drained your energy, and held you back from the life you deserve. But now you know the truth. You don't need more information. You need more action. You need perfect decisions. You need forward movement. You don't need to control everything. You need to trust yourself. This book has given you the tools to break free from analysis, paralysis, self-doubt, and endless mental loops. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The real transformation begins when you apply what you've learned. The 5-second rule: take action now. One simple rule that will change everything. If you feel the urge to take action, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go. Why? Because the longer you wait, the more your brain will overthink and kill the idea. Your future is created by the actions you take today, not by the thoughts you think. So stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. You're new. Mindset. Progress over perfection. Perfection is an illusion. The people who win in life are not the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who take imperfect action, learn as they go, never stop moving forward. New rule: messy action is better than perfect hesitation. The mindset shift you need. Old: I need to plan everything first. New: I'll figure it out as I go. Old: I need more confidence before I start. New: confidence comes from action, not before it. Old: what if I fail? New: failure is feedback. I'll learn and adjust. Overthinking dies when you embrace action. Final challenge: your first small step, right now. Choose one thing you've been overthinking. Ask yourself, what's one small action I can take right now? How can I move forward today instead of tomorrow? Then do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start. Because the moment you act, you prove to yourself that overthinking doesn't control you anymore. You control your mind. You control your life. The journey doesn't end here. This book is just the beginning. Your new life starts now. Stop overthinking. Start doing. Stop doubting. Stop believing. Stop waiting. Start living. Your best life is waiting. Go and create it.